Hello there, assassins. Welcome to part 17 of building the Phantom Manor ride in Minecraft. This may well be the last ever episode on this tutorial today, so oh my goodness me, it is the end of an era. Let's go ahead and grab some materials and get started with this finale episode. Well, okay then, let's go ahead and start by doing this part of the building over here. We're going to need to take ourselves some chiseled nether bricks, some grey concrete powder, some cracked stone bricks, some stone bricks, some deep slate bricks, some stone brick stairs, some light grey stained glass panes, some deep slate brick stairs, and some iron bars as well. Gosh, quite a lot of materials there. Let's go ahead and come to this side firstly. We want to go ahead, oh actually, let's go to under the sort of concrete and stuff here. As you can see, we have a little bit of a gap. We want to go ahead and just sort of sort this out, make sure it looks nice and well, nice on the inside. Let's go ahead and remove a layer of black concrete just here up to each wall, and then we can do 2 layers of this deep slate brick just in here to kind of go across those walls instead, like so. That looks really good, and that'll be awesome to get done for the later section. Now let's go ahead and place these on top as well, just like so. Nice one. That looks really, really good, nice and professional now. So if we go from the 2 lots of mossy stone bricks just here, we want to go behind this diagonally with our normal stone bricks and going up and above the floor layer, which is 3 blocks high by 2, just here like so. And the remaining 3 blocks is going to be deep slate bricks, just like so. This starts an entirely new wall. So we'll go diagonally behind this again for 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. Build up to 5 blocks in height firstly, so we get in line with that one. And then we'll do our 3 layers of deep slate bricks just up here like so. Then we want to do ourselves another 5 here, diagonally back in and to the right, and then diagonally back in and to the right again for another 5 stone bricks with the 3 deep slate on top. Now we need to come onto the wall over here, so I'll do another one just here of the 5, then 3 deep slate tile bricks, sorry, deep slate bricks even, not tiles. Perfect. And then this one will actually feed across the mirrors. So it's just going to bring ourselves deep slate bricks along this way. For a rough estimate, that's absolutely fine at the moment. And then we can build the mirrors below them. Now before we continue that way, let's just go ahead and build the floor in here. Now we know that every single bit of track is shadowed by the concrete powder. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the gaps down here with our cracked stone bricks, just for our flooring. And this is actually the exit flooring now. So we're literally on the final bit of our Phantom Manor ride, which is crazy stuff. So there we go, it's quite a big section here, like 2 blocks between the wall and the track. That is absolutely great. And we can do a little bit in here as well, just where the mirror is going to be. Nice one. So these 2 lots of bricks now are going to follow along the side of the track, and they'll go underneath the mirrors. This is actually really important, so if we go ahead and build this up to just an estimate there, that's fine. Then we can go ahead and spin around this way to build our 3 mirrors that are going to be on this wall. You can build a lot more than this if you want to, but in order to have ourselves the exit space up here and not kind of collide with the elevators and whatnot, I only did 3 of these mirrors just up here. But if you'd like to extend the track maybe a little bit further this way, then of course you can turn in to maybe 5 mirrors or something. That would look pretty cool as well. Let me know what you guys do anyways down below, that would be awesome to hear. So firstly, we need to go ahead and build ourselves like a back wall, just that nothing is gonna, you know, go beyond this point. So if we go ahead and build this up just behind our cracked bricks, we can do this the entire way along the cracked brick floor, and remember to build the 5 blocks from the base, from the grass actually, below. Then we'll do our deep slate for 3 layers above, like so, and now we can go ahead and start our mirrors. Oops, if I don't fall to my death. Let's go ahead and do a stair of deep slate just on the second one from the top. So actually we can go for, you know what, we're going to do 3 normal first, just here, a space away from this side. Then we want to do a stair here, which is a little bit awkward, so you may have to get in the wall a bit, like so. Just make sure to place your blocks you remove, like that. And then we'll do one coming down this side as well, like so. That will actually have one opposite as well, going back up, and then again for 3 more deep slate stairs. However many you need, you just go ahead and add with the wall behind it as well. Very important to do so. There we go. And then down below here, we need to add in ourselves stone bricks now, because we have stone bricks for the wall. So we'll do an upside down stair just there, and then we'll do 3 of these upside down stairs there as well. This side as well, we'll do the opposite of the deep slate, just with upside down stone brick stairs instead. Then we go for 3 normal brick stairs, and then you guessed it, we need to do this again for another mirror. So we'll do this block, that's now 3. We'll do ourselves the upside down stone brick stair, and another one this way. Then we need to leave a gap of 3 for our mirror. So we'll build it in a few more blocks on here, just like this. 1, 2, 3 upside down stone brick stairs, on the stone brick of course, and then we need to do a normal upside down stone brick stair just there for the edge of the wall. And then it will now join back up to this wall here, so we'll do 2 blocks this way, kind of coming forward to the track there, like that, and that will close up the wall nicely. Add in your deep slate behind it, and on this final one as well, for the 3 layers above. And then we'll take our deep slate stairs and we'll go for 1 here, 1 diagonally, sorry not diagonally, opposite it like so, this one the other way around too, and then 3 above, like so. All that's left to do is to add in our 3 mirrors, which are going to be just glass panes. Our middle one will have the bride on it, so what you can do for this one is just go 2 there and 3 across. We can leave this one down and nice and empty, maybe even this one as well, just for the actual bride's reflection there. And then we'll fill up this one as well entirely. Nice. Add in your deep slate across the top of the mirrors there, and we have ourselves 3 mirrors ready to go. Let's just go ahead and follow this along with our cracked stone bricks to the floor. We'll build it right to that one down there. And again up for our 3 layers as well. Just like this. Lovely. Now we need to go ahead and build a track along this way. So we'll firstly start with our grey concrete powder, up to this point here. Don't worry about the track we previously built. If it makes you feel better, you can always remove it now and just smooth it over with grass, just so it's not distracting. Or you could just cover it up like I'm going to do here, just for a little while, like this. Nice one. When I originally planned it, I built it in the floor down here thinking, oh yeah, that would be fine. But of course, we do have an incline quite far back actually. So it drops down into this section, but then it starts to raise up, firstly here, and then that is kind of continued all the way around here, all the way through the exit, and it only drops you back down as you're going back to this section at the start. And you'll only see that if you go in the disabled entrance, which is the exit on the normal ride. So that is a pretty cool thing. So it does pay off to be disabled. I would know. There we go, that's perfect. So let's go ahead and use our chiseled nether bricks again. We want to go ahead and build the track just here now. Now this bottom layer down here is going to be 28 blocks to its left. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Just like so. Now the next one beyond that is going to be 30 blocks, which means it will come out on both sides by 1. We already have 1 this side, so we'll just run it along this way until it's a block out from the 28 before it. Now again, build these up to the 3 layers, so they're actually going to be in line with the station. Like this. Oops, missed a few. And then what I'll do off camera quickly is I'm just going to remove the previous nether brick, just so it's not distracting for us all. Let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. So there we are, that looks a lot tidier now. For those that want to go ahead and remove it, if you come down to this one over here, and you just stop this one so it's in line with the bit we built in the episode, I actually think this was part 3, if I remember rightly, I'm not sure. But wherever we built this anyways, you just want to stop it just here so it's in line with it. And then there's like a big space between our 2 layers of track. That is fine, that is going to be perfect for later. So now if you want to take yourself your grey concrete powder, we do stop it on the corner there, that is kind of permanent now, that's going to stay there. On this side however, it does continue along until we reach just around the corner here. Now we've already built the section for the corner just there, so we're going to go a little bit further beyond, just by a block here, so we can add in ourselves cracked bricks behind it. And then we'll stop the grey concrete just 1 block past it, like so. And that goes up for a block as well, to stop the cracked bricks from getting too close to the sort of, what do they call it? The I want to say treadmill, but I don't think I don't think that's going to be the right word to use. But the thing you sort of get on here and it goes, it's like a fast walking thing, so you can keep up with the ride, and then get on it just there. Sorry, I sound like an idiot, don't I? We built one down here as well. I completely forgot the name of it. But anyways, we leave space for that thing just there as well. Ah, gosh, my I was literally about to say my vocabulary when making tutorials is terrible, and then I even messed up that word, so... Ah, crikey. Never mind. Anyways, back to the tutorial. So, on this wall over here, we need to go to 3 blocks going backwards. So 2 there, then we'll build our stone bricks again, and our deep slate for the 3 above. Like so. Then we're going to start to go diagonally. So we'll come in for diagonally just 1. And then up here we're going to do ourselves diagonally again. But this one will go to the right now. Continue right. We're going to do this for 4, but we're going to cut out a space for a doorway. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, just for the stone bricks here. And our 3 deep slate. But then this time, when we get to the 3, just here we're going to stop, leaving the 2 blocks there empty for a doorway. And then we'll build our 3 deep slate above. Then we'll do a normal wall just here, with a full 5 of stone bricks. Then our 3 deep slate just here. And then we want to build ourselves 1, 2, 3. Let's go for 4 normal stone bricks. I'm going to leave a gap of 4 with these. So we'll do 4 lots of these past the normal wall, just here. And these will have 2 layers of iron bars on, ready for a little scene that goes back here. Kind of making like a dungeon effect, really. Then we'll do a sort of joining wall just here, with deep slate above, and then deep slate above the iron bars as well, just to close all that up. And we need to build another one of these walls just besides it, again 4 blocks long. So we do 4 fours of stone bricks. That's 4. And then we'll do a 5, deep slate for the 3, and then we close up 2 layers of deep slate from the top down. And then we can do 2 layers of iron bars just in the little space here. Like so. Perfect. 2 dungeon windows. Then we'll go ahead and build another 2 lots of these walls just here. And these are going to be for our sort of archway to get out of the ride. So 2 like so. Oh, actually, we'll go for the 1. Yeah, we'll go for the 1 because we can use this one to our advantage. So we'll do another 3 deep slate above, and there we go. So only 2 past this one over here. Now on the first lot of deep slate bricks, we can do an upside down stair. And then we'll do 2 more blocks. And then we're going to do ourselves a upside down stair just here. Then a block, and then we'll do 2 blocks again this side. And then we'll come down with 1 deep slate brick stair, upside down again on this side. As you can see where the arch is going to be, that is what we're going for. And this will be a 3 block long wall, so we can do 1, 2, 3 lots of bricks coming back from the upside down stair. And then we'll do our normal stone bricks coming down. Just like this. And this shouldn't actually interact with the track in any way. So it shouldn't block the track just here, which is perfect. That's not doing so that's good. And there we go. And it also stops just before the track as well, which is great. Nice one. So now what you can do is you can go to every other block besides the row where the concrete powder is, and go ahead and build yourself a floor in with some cracked stone bricks. So we'll go to this one, we'll go right the way along to this side, and we'll actually stop it when we get to the last 3. So up here is where we stop, but the rest of it is going to be for that treadmill that goes in here. So if I go ahead and mark it out with you guys, then we'll go ahead and get some new materials in a second once we've filled in this flooring. So if you want to go ahead and fill this floor now, even up to under the doorway, so just here as well, for these 3, then everything in this space is going to be cracked stone bricks, and then we'll grab some new materials for the rest of the ride. Let's go for it, guys. Okay then, guys, we are going to need ourselves some coarse dirt, some cobwebs, skeleton skulls, some pointed dripstone, some glow lichen, or lichen, some deep slate bricks, some lanterns, stone bricks, and finally a spruce door as well. If we go ahead and stick our spruce door over here, and that is closest to us as a Phantom Manor guest, just here, so it's like flush to the wall like that. It's not going to be, further back. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to go ahead and come onto the inside of these barred off areas to make a little scene. We want it to be like a dungeon scene like I was on about before. So we'll build ourselves coaster up to where the window will be, so where the iron bars start. So we'll just build these into like 4 rows, just like this. And then we're going to stick ourselves, maybe on this first one, a skull diagonally that way, facing out the window. Pointed dripstone just a block away. And then over here you can do yourself a bit of dead coral maybe, or even a bit of glow lichen, or something like that. What's cool about this is of course it does glow, which adds like a whole creepy effect to the whole thing, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm going to put mine just here. On my original I did use some dead coral, so please remember, feel free to get that as well. You know what, actually now we've used ourselves our coaster, going to grab some dead coral. I think it does look pretty cool. I recommend one like this, the dead horn coral, or even the dead fire coral, just because these are standing trees, well like little trees, so they'll be pointing up and you'll be able to see them through the iron bars. So on this one over here I'm going to do one of my coral, and then I'm going to go to the other end, I'm going to do a skull here as well. But I might do a little bit of glow lichen on the floor, just in between them, maybe one there as well. Nice one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to close up this space, so we'll do ourselves the stone bricks around it as normal. Make sure to add the in-between wall like so. And then we're going to do it behind it as well, just like this, to keep the entire thing, well, looking exactly like the rest of the section back here. And then we'll just close it up with our deep slate bricks, just like so. And whilst you're here as well, you can also do behind the door in a second. So we'll do that, and then we'll do here as well. What I did on my one is I literally just closed it up, so I didn't do anything fancy back here. I just made like a little sort of walkway, just tiny little thing there. Now you can imagine this is for the staff, so it's like a staff door back here, so it doesn't really need to be anything fancy. If you want to close this up though, put a deep slate brick on top, and then just stick a lantern dangling from it like so. There's a little, we're going to do ourselves a lantern hanging from this block here, so just above the glow lichen, and then we'll do one over here hanging above, well we'll do it in the same spot actually, that'll be fine, just here. Now we're going to fill up the rest of the wall with cobwebs and glow lichen, so just go ahead and place it wherever you want to. Now I'm going to try and keep mine to my original one, so I'm going to do 2 cobwebs just here. Oh, not get trapped in, that wouldn't be a good idea. Then I'm going to do myself that there, 2 more cobwebs above, and then a glow lichen there. Then I'll close it up, just like so. And that should, the lantern should kind of be seen from down below, but not too heavily. Nice one. Then over here I'm going to do a similar sort of thing, so I'll just alternate between my cobwebs and my glow lichen. I'll do a cobweb above my skeleton skull, and then I'll do a glow lichen above that. I'll do a glow lichen below the lantern, a cobweb just over here, here and here, and a glow lichen just there. Feel free to do whatever you want to these guys, they are going to look super creepy and nice and eerie as well, so go ballistic with it, that would look awesome. Okay, that looks really good. Just going to check that the actual structure of the whole thing is looking good, so if we fly above we can just check it out, but no, it's looking awesome. If you want to add in a little bit more of a wall over here, just to kind of line it up with the archway, when it comes to filling over the entire ride, just to add the effect, you know, that it's all dark in here and stuff, then that'll be easier for us to fill that corner. But that looks perfect. Right now guys, keep your lanterns and we'll get onto a new stage. Okay then, so we're going to grab ourselves some black carpet, some blocks of netherite, some spruce fences, some normal lanterns again, some spruce stairs, some stone brick walls, some nether brick block, some nether brick stairs, and a nether brick slab as well. Now then, let's go ahead and add in our treadmill, just here. Let's go with blocks of netherite until the very end up here, just for this entire 2 kind of rows, just like this. I believe on the other, like the little gap down here, I think that is just going to be filled in with wall, but I can't remember exactly. I'm just going to try and find it on my pictures here if there's anything about it. No, there isn't at the moment. Okay, we'll leave that plain at the moment. I'm sure we'll come back to that in a bit. Let's take some black carpet over the netherite. The reason we use the netherite here is because it makes a sound when you walk on it, and so it just adds to the whole like ambience of the place. So if we go ahead and walk on it from the start, it's got like a metallic-y sound, which is really cool. So yeah, I love that. It just adds a little bit of detail to the thing. Awesome. Now then, over in the corner, down here, we want to add in a little seat. which is actually here on the ride. It's like a bench. So we go ahead and add 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 just there in the corner. I think there is a bench just here instead. And then there's like a place where you can, if you're a wheelchair user, you kind of queue over here. And then you're sort of behind the barrier. So all the people getting off the ride can still come through, but you're sort of tucked in the corner here, so you're not going to sort of be in the way of anyone. I know from experience, when you sort of come in through here, it's quite a cool experience actually, because you see how the ride works, and like I said, you see what happens when you go into that like dark abyss. It doesn't just like fall off and then like a new dune buggy spawns in and then you just go around again. No, it actually, like, you know, the track completes and stuff, and you can see the entire layout, which is awesome. So if you are a wheelchair user, please don't be afraid to go on Phantom Manor. There are, you know, ways that you can do it, so it's pretty awesome. Disney have thought of everything, of course. So let's go ahead and add in ourselves some spruce fences. Let's go for one here and here, and then we'll do ourselves a lantern here and here as well. Just above the bench, just lights up this place really nicely. Then we'll go ahead and take ourselves a barrier to stop people from, well, just jumping on and off the treadmill. Oh my gosh. So let's go with stone wall just here, right the way to the end up here. Actually, we'll leave a gap of, we'll go for 2. A gap of 2 just here. And then we'll do 3 this side. Perfect. Now you actually have like an exit place just there. Awesome. Yeah, that looks really good. Now we need to go ahead and do some fun things, which is going to be building these dune buggies. So if we go ahead and take ourselves the nether materials, we're going to start down at the very bottom, and we'll go for where the wall is going to be just between this. So that will leave a gap of 2 on this one, and a gap of 3 on this one. So we'll do ourselves 1, 2 bricks here, then we'll do upside down stairs behind it, we'll do ourselves normal bricks here, and then we'll do normal stairs that way, and then we'll do slabs on the very top, just up there. And that should be kind of facing between this mirror and the sort of connecting between the 2 mirrors, like that. Perfect. Now we need to do one exactly the same way around, so 2 spaces away, 1, 2, upside down stairs, 2 normal nether, 2 normal stairs, and then the slabs again. This is the one with the bride on, just here. And then we'll do one again, a space away, so it's going to be the same sort of direction, so the 2 bricks, 2 stairs, 2 bricks again, 2 stairs, and then we'll do slabs over the top. And now the final one is where you turn back around so you're facing the right way to get off the ride. So we'll do ourselves 2 bricks here in line with our last lot of cracks just here before you go into the concrete powder. And then we'll do our upside down stairs here. So we're still leaving that gap of 2. Bricks, stairs, and then our slabs again, just like so. Perfect. It's pretty cool as you come around that corner, you sort of spin on the spot just to face the mirrors there. Very cool. Awesome, that looks really good. So now we're ready for some more materials. Now we come on to the most important part of this tutorial. This is going to determine if we've actually done the entire thing correctly. So this falls on my shoulders. Oh my goodness, I'm a little bit nervous. We basically have to make sure that this track can connect to this one with enough space. Pretty certain that we have enough space here, but we just got to see if it's going to be exactly accurate to my original one. So fingers crossed. Let's take ourselves some deep slate bricks, some stone bricks, some white wool, some white stained glass panes, chiseled nether bricks, some black concrete, some nether brick slabs, and some red wool as well. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and build the bride. We come onto the second dune buggy here, which, by the way, you can build as many of these as you like around the entire ride. If you want to add one, say here, you want to add one here, feel free to do whatever you want to. It is up to you guys, and of course they're going to be going around the track all day long, so you need to go ahead and sort of reenact some scenes. So I'd love to see these in different places, that'd be awesome. So let's come to the second one. We're going to build ourselves the bride on this kind of seat here on the left with the wall, and then we'll do a white stained glass pane just here to its right. Now opposite this is going to be in the mirror, so we're going to do ourselves a white stained glass block, and then we'll do a pane opposite the pane like so. We use glass instead of the white, of course, the white wool, because of course it's a mirror and it needs to be nice and reflective, so we use the glass just there. Yeah, that looks good. So now we can go ahead and start with our construction stuff. So as we did with the other side, we built ourselves, was it 5 stone bricks behind? Yep. And then we did the 3 with the deep slate above. So next to this wall, we'll go 2 just here, and we'll do like a cluster of 4 lots of this. So we want the stone bricks to come forward for 2 blocks, like that. Don't worry, it connects up to this dune buggy, that's absolutely fine. And then we build the 3 lots of deep slate just above, like so, to match up. Now this wall will run right the way to the other side of the building, and it's going to stop just about, well, just on the 3rd block back from the corner up there. So if we bring this one right the way along, so we're going to go right the way up this end, and I'm just going to stop it where it needs to stop. So it'll be on this block that it's going to be the 3rd one back. 1, 2, 3, and then we go up from this one and we stop it here, just like so. So we leave a gap of 3 just there. Now one of them is going to be black concrete just here, and then this one is going to be black concrete, that one as well, and actually this one too, like so. So let's go ahead and build this wall firstly. Make sure to get the 2 blocks above the track here. Best to do it from the other side because it's a little bit easier and more spacious. So let's build it here. This is crazy that it's the last episode today. It has been an incredible series. So we build deep slate across here. For the 3 layers above, of course, matching up the rest of the ride. Just like that. Now over here we'll do ourselves black concrete going right up to this point here. And then on these ones you can build them right up to the point of the other side. Just to here. So we do this as well. And then what we're going to do, we'll do this together, kind of together off camera a little bit if you want. So we want to go ahead and build another sort of surrounding area with our black concrete. So it's going to go around the back of here, around the back of this entire section, so we don't see any of this exposed wall on the outside of the track basically. We want it all to be black concrete. So we're going to go ahead and do that as well. The best way to do that is by following the wall that we already have. So we literally just go behind this. You can knock off the corner, that's absolutely fine. This, and then around here, and then diagonally for this one, 3, into that one just there. And you build all of these up to the same layer as this one just here. We'll do the same on this side. And we'll do this off camera in a sec. So if we just go ahead and mark it out together. So you want to do it up to there, like so. Actually, you can go... Yeah, done guys. Let's build all of these up to this layer just here. And then we'll continue with the ride. So now you've done that, you should have something that looks similar to this. If not, don't worry. You can always use mine as reference and go back and do whatever you need to do to change yours up. But I'm sure it's looking awesome. Now then, moment of truth. Let's go ahead and build ourselves the track and see if it connects to the start. So I'm going to follow my dimensions I have here. And we're going to start on this block down here. And we're going to count upwards for 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to build this up to the layer of 3, as usual. The one next to this is also going to come up to that block layer just here. So we can build this one just right next to it. Like this. Now we need to go ahead and build ourselves only 2 layers, because we're adding our first step down. That is going to be with 2 nether brick slabs just here, on top of the 2 blocks just here. And then our track layer from here on will be 2 layers. We're going to need to do 5 lots of these 2 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like so. And now we need to jump down again, so we'll do 1 block and nether brick, just like so. Then we'll do 5 again, but this time with our 1 block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and build it that side as well. Awesome. And the last one on this other side, so we're going to firstly need to build in ourselves a slab, just going down into the floor there. And then here, we'll go ahead and cut 1, 2, 3, 4 just here. And then on this one, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just here. And that'll be in line with the ride. Whew. Awesome. Phew. And then we just need to connect these up, because we have that 1 block corner just there already for us. Amazing. Oh my word. That is a really good feeling. Phew. Okay, the next thing to do is actually a little bit tricky, because we need to just go ahead and add in like a sort of wall around this, which is just going to be with our black concrete. So it's not the worst thing. We're going to start by going down this way firstly. We want to go sort of in, well, diagonally from this one just here. So we'll build that up to that shape. And then we'll go up to a block away from the track just here and across for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just here. That is perfect. Let's build this up. So we're going to add like a little bit of a red carpet on either side of this track. Just like that. And then we're going to go diagonally in, so it's right next to the track now. But that is perfect. And this one will go right back up to the top. So we can actually build this in now. So you fill that in between the wall there. That is the one part that we needed to make sure was going to be fine. It's just the gap between the elevator here and the actual track, because this is literally the back of the elevator, just in there, as you can see. So if that was, you know, if I messed that up, that would have been really bad. But no, we didn't. I'm so happy about that. Oh man, that is a good relief. So we build this up just to here. Of course, this can be, you know, manipulated so it goes down further, maybe around the corner here, or you can just build it the entire layer like I'm doing now, just like so. And then up from this one, so over on this side of the track, we'll go diagonally from that one, just there, where the sort of posters for the banister. We'll build this up to the same, but we'll go 5 blocks to our right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to here. And then we'll start to do some diagonal wizardry going around the corner there. Like that. And then we'll do 2 lots of diagonal 1 blocks. One here. Another one just here. And then this will be on the home stretch, just here. So this one again you can follow right the way up the side of the ride until you connect, until you connect to the side up here. We don't want any of the grass to be shown. So we're going to use our self red wool just to sort out the grass in here and make it look nice and tidy and grand, as the entranceway is really, really grand. So is the rest of the ride, to be honest. So let's go ahead and just change all of this up into red wool here. And there we have the Phantom Manor ride built in Minecraft. That is it, all done. We just now need to go ahead and sort of smooth it all over, add roofs onto everything. And that is it. That is literally it. How cool is this? This looks awesome. Let me show you a quick technique to get back and forth from your Phantom Manor, the actual manor itself, which mine is somewhere. There it is. So you can get from that exit to the exit we've just built for the ride. It's just a simple command trick. If I think I have one already set up in here, so if I go to it, I can show you. If not, then it'll be in my other one. Then I can quickly beam one over to there. So there it is, just there. So if we click this button, there we go. We teleport to the start of the ride, just here. So I'll show you how to do that in a second, and then we'll get smoothing over the entire thing. Okay, so here I am outside of my original Phantom Manor, the one we built together for the tutorial. Now I actually couldn't find this just then. It is massive, but I somehow lost it on my world. But anyways, here we are now. We have ourselves a command block and a stone button. Now to get a command block, you need to open your chats and command window the same way you get a barrier block, and just type in /give @s, which is yourself of course, command underscore, oops, all one word, and then block. And what it will say again, you have given yourself one command block, blah 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 blah, which of course means you've given yourself infinite amounts of command blocks, and it's great. So what we're going to do is we're first going to enter the manor, and we're going to go ahead and build a command teleportation block, which is going to go in here, and it's going to teleport us from this elevator to our other elevator. You can either have a button control this or a pressure plate. A pressure plate may actually be cooler for the elevator one, but for the exit one you may have to use a button. So if we go for a dark oak trapdoor, pressure plate instead, we find the middle of this, which is roughly, oh, it's here. Perfect, we have a 3. So if we do one just here, we're going to open this up before we place anything on it. We want this to be pretty much normal, to be honest. We only change a few things. So we're going to go for impulse, that's fine. Unconditional, fine. Needs redstone, that is what we want to have on. That should be already on as default, but just make sure. And all this is fine as well, so you don't need to mess with any of that. In the command input over here, you're going to write yourself /TP space away @P, which will mean nearest player. So that it means if you're in a group of players, once one of you steps on this, everyone will be teleported. Everyone in the vicinity will be teleported to the other elevator. So if you're in a group, it'll be pretty cool. And then we're going to write the coordinates of our elevator for our ride. This is super important, you get your own coordinates for this one. To find out your own coordinates, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and open your game settings in here. Once you've opened it, go to game here under world, go down, go to world options, second one down, show coordinates, ping that to on, and it will be in the top left corner of your screens. As you can see, these are my coordinates here for my world. Your coordinates will be entirely different to mine, guys, so please do not copy me, otherwise it won't work for you. So if we go ahead and open our command block again, that is all saved up from last time, that's good. And I have my coordinates written down for me. What I did was I teleported over to my, well, I kind of went over to my original location that I want to teleport to, and I got a post-it note and I just wrote down the coordinates I needed so I can remember them for this command block. So my coordinates here, of course yours are going to be totally different, always remember that. My ones are 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to do ourselves a space away, your second coordinate, space away, your third coordinate. So mine is 4, and then the last one is minus 57 for me, just like so. Now once I click enter on this one, oops, or I just back out, it's best to back out actually, I'm pretty sure it's backing out, yep. So it sets it just there, command set /tp at p 212 4 minus 57. Now if I go ahead and stick a pressure plate on this, oh, not open it, you have to shift or crouch click for that one, exit this, you don't have to do this, but if you want to, pretend we're coming in, you know, we're going up, we're going to the ride, boom, teleported me here. Where are we? We are now on the ride. Awesome, that is so cool. So we're going to do this again, but this time we're going to make it so that when you exit the ride, so when you want to get back to the manor, you're actually going to exit back to the manor's exit, if that makes sense. Of course, if we did build this underground, underneath the manor, like it's supposed to be, we wouldn't need any of these commands and whatnot. But as this is so big, and building underground is a pain in the, you know, we're going to go ahead and use command blocks for this anyways. So if we go ahead and stick a command block in the floor down here, we'll have this one set to a button, but you can actually use a stone pressure plate for this as well if you want to. It really depends on where you put these, you know, for what sort of thing they do. So if I was to place a stone pressure plate on there, it wouldn't matter too much. Let's open this one up. Now I need to get the command coordinates for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly over to my Phantom Manor, which is not that one I've discovered. It is the one which is way over this way. As you can see, I have my tutorial sort of Phantom Manor there, my tutorial Phantom Manor ride here. So my other Phantom Manor should be in this direction. Here it is. And what we need to grab together are the coordinates for our exit. Remember guys, yours will be different to mine. So I'm going to go for, let's say we exit the ride just about here, for example. We need this block's coordinates. So in the top left corner of the screen there, I have my coordinates. Let's write this down quick. Good old click of the pen. 192439. Just like so. Remember, your coordinates will be different. So if we go back to our original one, let's put this into our command block. So I'm back here now. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to write my command in here, /tp at p, like so. And then I'm going to write my coordinates I just grabbed just in here like so. Again, spaces away from one another, just so the command block doesn't get confused with us. Like this. And when we exit, that should save in there. And then when we jump on this, or walk through it, wait until it renders everything in, we are at our exit to the manor. How cool is that? So cool. And of course this works both ways. So if you grab the coordinates from somewhere else, so say if you want to exit in this way, sorry, entrance in this way, you can actually add in yourself a command block in the wall, just down here, a little bit hidden away, stick a button on there, press the button, you know, beam to your exit for your ride. So yeah, it's got infinite possibilities really, so it's pretty cool to mess with. So yeah, go for it guys. Right, I'll teach you how to go ahead and fill over your ride now, make sure everything's lit up the way it should be, and then we can finally call this series completed. Now currently we have a very open air ride. What we do want is actually this. This is my original one. This is the one that I filled over entirely, and as you can see there are no gaps in this entire ride to be seen from the outside. So if you've gone ahead and watched my sort of run through of the entire thing, kind of making it similar to a real sort of ride playthrough, then you can see there's just no gaps in this at all. the only way literally to enter this is by going through the command window that we sort of looked at a minute ago. So yeah, that's what we're going to try and do now. Now, certain elements to this ride have been sort of filled up with certain things. So if we drop in here, I can show you what I mean by that. So like here, for example, we do have chandeliers that need to be attached to the ceiling. So certain elements to it are really important to add in via the roof. But then again, certain elements like this part are just all black concrete, so nothing exciting at all. And then again, another chandelier. So I'm going to run through each room individually, and then we'll just add in what we need to for the tops. And then what I'm going to get you guys to do is I'm going to get you to fill this over kind of by yourselves, but I'll obviously give you some advice and things as well. Because as you can see, it's literally just a case of smoothing the whole thing over. Nothing actually too technical at all. Now this section's a little bit different because it is higher, the ceiling is higher. So again, I'll show you how to, the sort of layer I use for that one. But then again, it's background here, and then we just texture this one. This is probably the most textured room in the entire ride. So yeah, let's go ahead and make a start. Okay, Assassins, are you ready to complete this once and for all? I kind of am. I'm very, very nervous. Alright, what we're going to need is some stripped spruce wood, some brown concrete, some cobwebs as well as some normal candles, some jungle fences, although you could use oak as well. I just think jungle looks a little bit more dilapidated, really. Dilapidated? Is that the right word? Hopefully. Some white stained glass panes and some dark oak stairs as well. Firstly, you want to come up to the very top and we'll add in some cobwebs over here. We'll go for one there, one here, and then 1, 2 just there. On this side we'll do 1, 1, 2, and then we'll go for 1 just there with maybe 1 at the top there, just to change it up from the other side. Please bear in mind that anything I do in this section can of course be your own version. You don't have to copy me exactly, so please go ahead and go a little bit of freestyle. Let's do 2 more here, oops, up there, 2 here, and then we'll go for 1, 2 there, and 1 just there, like so. Now we're going to build the wall over until we reach ourselves the first sort of pillar here. How we'll do the ceiling is we'll go with some brown concrete here, and we're just going to literally fill in the gaps. That is basically all we do for this entire section. So we just need to smooth over the section here until we reach ourselves that first pillar, and that'll be where we sort of add in our first bit of detailing. So just here. Now for the detail, we just need to add in ourselves a beam that is going to go in the rooftop here and just kind of spread across both of these. So we'll just go 3 out on both of them, and then we'll join them with a diagonal 2, like so. Super simple stuff. And then we'll go ahead and smooth over the gaps again, just beyond it a little bit. If you just go for 1 strip like so, then we'll get up to the next pillar actually, and then we'll go ahead and add in our first chandelier. So we'll do that like so. You drop on inside here, and we're going to face the roof where we have this new sort of beam. We'll go to here and add in 3 cobwebs with 1 in the center. Then we want to go just to here. I forgot to grab ourselves a chain. That is actually super important. My mistake, guys. So we need start again. We need ourselves a chain just here. So if we drop that in the space here next to the cobweb, then we can add in our jungle fence just like so. And then what we'll need to do is stick ourselves some candles just in line with the fence. So for that we'll have to stick ourselves blocks underneath and around the fence, and that way we can place 4 candles in a sort of circle shape like this, taking out all the blocks below, and voila, we have ourselves a nice sort of chandelier here. To make this even cooler, we'll just add in ourselves some stained glass panes, and because they don't connect to anything, they actually look really, really cool. And we add one on the bottom as well, just again give it that bit more sort of awe about it. Of course, please remember you can light these candles once we have finished as well. Now let's take ourselves another 2 cobwebs up this side next to the stair again, and then we'll go 3 starting on that one, and then we'll do 2 just up here like so. First chandelier down, and that should be in the right space. Fingers crossed. If anything is wrong, it is entirely my fault. I'll take the full blame for that one. Let's go ahead and place ourselves some more strip wood from side to side. So just across there like so, looking like it's coming from that stair there. Then we'll do ourselves brown concrete again up to the second, well, the next lot of pillars, sorry. So just down here, just like so. And then we need to go ahead and add in ourselves another chandelier between the 2 sets, just here. I might grab myself flint and steel now, just so we can light up the rooftop area as we go. And that way we won't end up in the dark, which will be really, really awful. Where is the flint and steel? There it is. And this is always quite a satisfying section, because you know you're at the very end of the manor now. So we just go ahead and light everything up. Epic. Okay, so down here, we're actually going to use this painting just here to our advantage. We'll go to the very roof. We'll stick one here, diagonally forward for 2 more to the left. Then we're going to leave a space and build ourselves a chandelier here. So we'll do a chain, a fence like so, and then a stained glass pane. And then we'll have to do blocks from the stained glass pane for now, just to stick our candles on in the 4 clusters that they come in. This section might be where you light them, so feel free to do that. Just there. Then we'll take out the blocks there and add in ourselves some... oh, yeah, of course, we do them between. My mistake. So we do them between like so. Drop that down facing this way, and we'll add in ourselves 3 more cobwebs up here. Just there above the sort of last part of the chandelier here. And then we'll maybe do ourselves another 3 up this way. And then over this way, we'll do ourselves... we'll actually do 2 coming straight down from one another. So we'll go diagonally up and we'll just do 2 coming down there. So this place really could do with a dust. But, you know, it's creepy, and that's what we like to see. Let's go ahead and take our beam again this way, just across there like so. And that will now match up this end and sort of finish up the hallway here. So that actually looks pretty realistic now. And then down this side, we need to go ahead and connect our pillars again to this area over here. So we'll take 2 pillars from 2 stairs, of course. And then we'll leave a block and go another one just here for this stair, just there. And then I think we do the same again here for these 2. So if we just do that now together, then that's done. And then we can just fill in the rest of these spaces with our brown concrete ready to go. Like I said, this doesn't have to look tidy at all from the above, because we're not worried about what it looks like from the exterior, as this would all be underground if it was real. So we just want it to look good on the inside here, which is looking awesome so far. Up this end, I'm just going to add in myself 2 more cobwebs, sorry, here. And then I'm going to do 2 more right back in the corner up here, like so. Now we can face ourselves further forward this way. We've already done that beam, which is brilliant. So we can go right to the edge now, up here. Exciting. We're going to bring ourselves brown concrete all the way along here, just to this point here, because what we're going to do is section this area from the sort of grand staircase area. So we'll do pillars and beams between each other, going right the way along here. Stopping with like that, and then we'll do ourselves the brown concrete, you know, everywhere else. Although what you could do is add in yourself another beam, you know, to and from these stairs, if you want to. It's not necessary. I don't think I did on my original one, so I might just keep it the same as my original one here, just fill it all over. You would think we'd use wood on the roof here, but as it's kind of just a brown background anyways, like the entire thing is pretty much just wood in here. It doesn't really matter what we do as far as, you know, wood goes, so we could just add in a brown roof and it looks kind of woody in its way anyways. Little Disney pun for you there. So now we need to go ahead and light up this area, because of course it's looking pretty dark. So we'll go to here and we're going to add in ourselves a stair back to back on this pillar. We'll do 1 up this side as well, and then we'll maybe do 2 here and 1 here as well, just to add in a little bit of extra detailing. What I might do here is just switch it to daytime, just so we can all see and make sure we've got everything on the same page, because I know it's a little bit dark in here. Sun! There it is. We haven't seen it in this series for a long time. So, from the pillar we go back for 1, so we're on the brown, and then we go back for another 1, so we're in the middle of the path here. We'll do a chain, we'll do ourselves the fence here, we'll do our 4 blocks that come out from sort of below the fence like so. All of our candles in their 4 clusters. We will light them all, of course, and then we'll go ahead and take out the blocks below them. Adding in our stained glass panes between them, all the way around here, and 1 below. Now this is the most chandeliered up section, so don't worry about, you know, oh, this is going to be such a drag. Don't worry, it's not going to be too bad. So from this one, we'll go 1, then we'll go long for 1, and then we'll go up in line with the other chandelier, so just here. And then we'll add in our chandelier design again. So we'll do the same sort of thing with the blocks on all sides. I believe this is our last chandelier here before we move on to big sections, which is great. There we are. Looking good. And then we'll add in ourselves even, not our felves. Half elves, kind of sound like this. And then we'll do ourselves a pane in there. Wonderful. That looks really cool. Nice work, guys. So the next thing to do, oh, these ones, sorry, they have a little bit of a different design. You can actually connect sort of these in the middle if you wish, and then go out on the bottom of these, like so. It is up to you if you want to do that, you don't have to. But I just noticed my original one kind of has that thing just in there, which actually looks really cool. Happy with that, that looks good. So yeah, that's all completed in there. Now then, this is where things take a little bit of a drastic turn. We need to go ahead and section this section from the rest of the sections, if that makes any sense. I really hope it does. Okay, so what we need to do for that is we're going to take our brown concrete, and this is going to be a pretty big lifesaver here. We're going to brown concrete up the place, as well as some black concrete. So if you want to go ahead and find that somewhere on your build, probably from down this end, and just swap it out for, let's go with the wood. Swap it out with the wood so you have your black concrete in here. Alright then, time to finish over this section. Now I'm going to start right back in the corners. So you see both corners here, they've kind of got like a zigzag shape going for them. This is going to be very, very useful for us because we just bring ourselves brown concrete up to an appropriate height. That appropriate height will be pretty tall. I'd say if we go about 6 blocks beyond, maybe 5 blocks, 6 blocks, either or, from this point, then that is where we're going to cut it off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 looks about right. If we do 6, then that'll be, you know, making sure just everything is right. So we'll bring the brown even across there, that's fine. And then as we get over here, we'll sort of finish that over. So we'll just do like a bridge across. And then down here we'll start on another brown pillar. And this will then go behind the ride here, diagonally. Now as we get around this section, onto the sort of back section here, we want to go ahead and finish this along. So we just bring this along across that section. We don't need the entire roof of this window area. So what we're going to do is just kind of cut into it a little bit. So let me show you what I mean. So if we get this onto that side as well. So here we just need to add in brown like it's going to be for the roof. Just here. Because you're not going to see this from the inside or the outside of the ride. And so we don't actually need all that space there. So we can literally just build in it, basically. So now guys, now we've marked it all out. If you want to go ahead and build these up to our 6 blocks beyond the wood here. So up to this one just here. Right the way along here as well. All the way along there. And then, oh, we'll do this together. We're going to take ourselves the black concrete. And down this end we need to go ahead and just sort of, again, section it off a little bit. So we'll go next to the wood there. And we'll bring this along to there. And then we'll sort of start to, so we'll go 3, 1, and then we'll do 2 here. And then we'll do 2 on this side and 2 there, like that. Actually, we'll just do 3 there. That would make more sense, like so. So we're sort of like bringing in a little bit of a space there. So you have a slight gap on this side, just between the 2 sections. Segments, sections, whatever you want to say. If we just make sure that the brown is visible above the staircase here. So we started just there again. So we basically want it to be just, oh, we can go a little bit higher actually. So we'll take the black until we reach where it starts on the wood there. Like that. So let's do it here. Build the black up. I think this is honestly the hardest section of the ride. Maybe I've said that way too much. Oh, this is the hardest section. No, this one. But no, I think this is going to be the tough one. But hey, any which way you cover this up, it's all going to be fine now. Because we've done what is necessary for making this look cool. So, that is pretty good news. That looks good. And then we'll just bring the black around here, just so it's still, because it's slightly visible on the inside there still. And then once you reach here, where you've, again, connected it up, we can just go ahead and finish this up. Now the thing to remember here is we're literally just going to smooth this over afterwards. So once we've built up every single block, so all of these blocks up to that point there, up to this point should I say, so we go all the way from this one, and all the way around, keeping the same height going. Then we just go ahead and smooth over the entire thing. So there is nothing fancy to it at all. What I will do is just shorten the roof down here though, on this side, to make it look like you go in a little bit of a ominous area kind of thing. Then here I'm just going to add in myself black concrete, just to stop the wall from, you know, being sort of a bit green on the outside, like so. And that's now ready to go for later. So yeah, guys, come on here, take your brown, go around the outside, all of this marker, and make sure it all lines up to this height just here, all the way around here. Let's get this done. So now that you've done that and everything is looking like this, not very great, is it? But that's okay. What we're next going to do is just take yourself some red carpet or some red wool, so just here, and just go ahead and fill over this green just here. You don't want any grass to be, you know, being shown here, because that doesn't look very appealing at all. We just want to make this look nice and grand and nice and sort of formal for the main manor entrance, just like so. You can actually do the same in here as well, so just go ahead and remove these, replace them with red wool. Basically any of the sections we're unsure of, just use yourself red wool and it will look pretty cool. There we are, that looks good. And no one really looks back here, so it's not really going to be the biggest of deals. Can add in another black concrete there if you wanted to, just again to give it like a corner there as you go around. Nice one. So now that's left to do in here, all that's left to do is to take your brown concrete and literally just smooth this over. It is supposed to be quite dim in here and supposed to be quite dark. It may get very, very dark in here, but that's okay. We come back to it at the end and we see the sections we need to add a little bit of light to, and we just go ahead and add in like a sea lantern or something under the carpet, so we can always come back to it later. For now though, smooth this over, guys, and then we'll get on to the next section. So there we go, this looks really creepy now, very, very spooky. That is awesome. Don't forget to light your candles with flint and steel every opportunity you get. So if there's a candle that's unlit, say, just go ahead and give it a light quick, and that'll really sort of cheer the place up a little bit. When we come onto the end section, we will go ahead and light certain sections like that one, just to make it look, you know, even more menacing and stand out quite a bit. For now though, let's move on. We have done some great progress in there. That is looking awesome. If you didn't like the colour grading just here, you can always change it up to an entirely black concrete wall or an entirely brown concrete wall. It's really up to you guys. Same on that side as well. Okay, so on this section over here, literally all we do here is we go ahead until we reach this section where the wall obviously extends up and goes into the piano here. We literally just smooth this over with black concrete. Nothing fancy at all, which is really helpful for us. So literally just go ahead, take your black concrete, smooth it up until you reach this block over here. Okay, let's go ahead and do this, guys. So there we go. What I found made things easier for me when I was doing my original ride was actually smoothing everything over to the same layer. And that way I knew everything was covered up from the inside, and I was 100% finished with that area. As you can see here, the black concrete really does its job and just makes everything on the inside look a lot just more ominous, really. If I go ahead and get out of here, on the back of the window here, you can actually take yourself some more white wool and just go ahead and close up the window there, if you want to. Of course the glass will connect to it, so I recommend just building out by a couple blocks like this, so sort of surrounding the window, and then go ahead and build like a bit of a floating box behind the window there. So when you come back in, it's just going to be a closed up window of white wool, basically. Nothing fancy, but it does look pretty cool. Now then, up here, we've done the zigzag wall just there. Everything's flat from, you know, going backwards. We will build this up now into a bit of a strange design. So try not to cut off the wall if you can help it, and try to also angle this so that you've got like layers between each thing. It is difficult to do, definitely. So take your time with it. So if we just do this sort of thing, then here again, definitely helps to go full on diagonal. If certain elements like this are going to be a 2, don't worry about that. We did definitely build it a little bit sort of uneven, so things are going to be quite strange. Remember, the outside doesn't matter how it looks, it's only what's on the inside that does count. And once we actually finish with the piano area, we kind of keep the same height going for entirely around this area as well. So yeah, it's a bit strange. Let's go ahead and close this off. So everything above the red here can be closed off, and then here as well, just to there. And then if you wanted to, you could drop back down and build like a wall there along, but it is up to you guys. I think I actually did that on my original one. So here, I just went ahead and started like building a wall actually in here. So I knocked off the banners, and then after we finish with the piano, we just drop it back down to this layer here. So that is a little bit complex, but It's just a case of taking out a few layers. So if we finish that up, so that's all good for the piano area, that one too. Then we jump down back to the wall here, so we're actually in line with the wall instead of the piano sort of area. And then we smooth it over again. You can always tidy up the outside area afterwards, but for now, we'll just smooth everything over. So here as well, over on this side, knock that out, get everything gone. And then we're now into Madame Leota's area just over here. Now for this one, we can do the exact same thing as this area, where we smooth it all over, we smooth this area over. Let me mark it out if you guys... Oh, actually, it's already marked out. Okay, so from the walls in Madame Leota's sort of circle here, you just want to smooth the entire circle over with your black concrete. Use the walls as your stopping point, and just go ahead and smooth this like a giant pancake. Let's go for it. So now we have a lot of blocks in the same area in here. But as you can see on the inside, with this flat roof, we have each of the gargoyles glowing and looking really cool. Very spooky. Now if we take ourselves some black concrete again, some cobwebs, some chains, and some white candles this time, we'll go right above Madame Leota's head, and we'll add in a chain on the ceiling. If you can get it to be above her head, it's a bit awkward because it's quite dark. Is that above? Or close? If you need to, we'll use that one as a marker actually. So just there. Is that above? That is. Cool. Oh, I forgot my flint and steel as well. Definitely need the flint and steel for this area especially, because it does get quite dark in here. And then below the chain, if we do the 4 sort of square thing as we did for the previous chandeliers, sorry about the darkness, we'll add in 1 candle. Oh, I've done it a little bit too high. We need to go another block under the chain because we're adding candles below the chain and stuff. So can I do another one? Yeah, I can. So we'll do 2 candles, let me show you, underneath that chain just like so. And then out from this one, we're going to do ourselves just 1 candle on 4 sides. We're trying to make this look like I think it's a seance or something like that. So just in here like so. There we go. Ooh, spooky. And then we're adding ourselves cobwebs above each of the candles, almost like a puff of smoke for each individual one like so. And also cobwebs just look creepy anyways. So there we go. That is epic. Okay, onwards to the next area. Now we're coming on to the massive sort of ballroom over here. Now this does get tricky. What we need to do here is we need to follow along the track with our diagonal sort of concretes and stuff here. When we get to this section, what you might find useful is actually kind of cutting off some of the area here, so you don't need to incorporate, like, you know, some of this track. Sorry, some of the actual ballroom area. The reason we built it at an angle is so that when you come around this corner, you sort of instantly see the fireplace and you don't see like half of this wall. So if we need to chop that off, which we kind of do, then it's not going to be too much trouble at all. So for this one, we'll build it up to the same layer as the previous section, which is Madame Leota. So for that one, and then we'll start to go up a block on each of these until we reach ourselves basically the top up here. And then once you've done that, you backtrack behind the wall here. So you close up everything behind that nether brick wall, and then everything in front of it as well, just over here, including that banister, just so it doesn't let any light in from that side, like so. So now when you come up this little hill, nothing on this side, nothing, and then voila, but you can't see behind either, which is great. So here, let's just go ahead and sort of close this up. Remember to do the same layering system as the other side. 1 block at a time going up until you reach the height where we want, which is this height just here, which is above all the blocks. Now we're going to go ahead and sort of close this over as well. So if you want to go ahead and start that sort of closing thing just here, we'll close over all of the blocks and all of the pillars as well. I think the pillars actually do have nether brick between them, which we'll add in afterwards. For now though, just go ahead and make sure that your top layer is going to be the one on top of all these walls and things. That is pretty important. And then we go ahead and add in the chandelier just later. So we'll come all the way over this way, and then we need to do some over the track as well. So going back, tracking this way. Oh, I'm going quite slow. Maybe I'm lagging out. I hope not. So we go down here, and then we build this up all the way along this giant straight until we reach down this end. So if you guys want to do that now, so we'll build it up, even this one, that's fine, up to that layer there, and that one as well, may as well come up to the same one, just around there like so. And make sure to get the wall behind the nether brick walls, because of course certain blocks can be seen through, like that one can be seen through a little bit. Okay, so let's get this done, guys. Let's do this massive strip, and we'll also smooth over the roof here as well. Let's get that done. So now, as you can see, I have a very, very smoothed over area just here, and it kind of, I think it, yeah, just a block below this one just here, which is absolutely fine. That is awesome. Now, if we drop back on into this pathway down here, this kind of track area, we can just close up this roof as it starts to come down. So every single layer it starts to come down, just build like a corner there, maybe add in one down there. If we run into the other side, so the part that's still open, you should have something that looks like this, which looks really good now. It's very helpful that we added in campfires just to give it that, you know, proper essence there. Now here, that might look a little bit too much, look a little bit too imposing, sorry. So if you want to go to the roof section and just go ahead and close up certain elements to the ride here so that it looks like it goes in at a very, very low angle, then feel free to do that. So just here, for example, so you can't see all of that pillar, and then it just gives it that more creepy look as you come around the corner. You see the roof there, and then it opens up into this giant space above, which is pretty cool. If you'd also like to pick block yourselves from this nether brick wall and just feed it across to each of the nether brick walls to kind of add like a, almost like a curtain, almost like a curtain rail across the very top of the thing, then that would also look pretty cool, and it would also give it the oh my gosh, can't speak. Give it the effect that you're sort of going along the balcony up here, and this might be like a support for the main building or something. So something cool and something old up there. Now, as you can see, it looks a little bit dark in the middle here across the banquet table, and that is because we need to add in ourselves the actual chandelier in here. Now, this chandelier goes in line with the second plant pot, I believe. Yeah, so this plant pot just here has the chandelier right above it. Now, this is a little bit awkward to get in, so you have to really get in line with that one. So is that in line? You may have to drop down like a few of these chains just to make sure you got it in pinpoint precision. Yeah, that's in line. Okay, so once we have the first chain in, we can then start to actually build properly. Oh, it is 2. What do you know? Perfect. So then we take ourselves some spruce fences, and we want to build ourselves 3 of these coming down. 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll build 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4 on each of the corners in the middle. And then we'll add in ourselves some, oh, I forgot to get it, some white stained glass panes. Sorry, I'm a little bit unorganized today. White stained glass panes. So we go for 1 here, here, basically on all of the sides here. And then we even come out on the sides at the top here. So 1 here, 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 and here. So on those 4 sides, and it gives it like a really grand sort of look there. And we also do ourselves 1 just in the middle here. So this will end up being just there, all the way around like so. And then we're actually going to put our candles on these ones. Now, I don't think you can put candles on top of stained glass panes, nope. So you have to put yourselves blocks in here temporarily whilst you place the candles on them, and then we'll replace it afterwards. So we'll do ourselves just 3 candles. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Light these, of course. Then replace your stained glass panes underneath them. 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one. And then we want to gather ourselves some cobwebs on the 4 fence posts above, just like so. Perfect. A very, very grand chandelier just in the middle of the room there, which looks awesome. Nice work, guys. That looks really good. Did I like these ones? No. Oh, they are light. Okay. Just a little bit slow. Okay, let's move on. So down here, very, very simple. We just smooth this across. Nothing fancy at all. Let's just close up that little gap and then smooth this across. I love sections like this. Very, very, very simple. And luckily for us, there are actually quite a few of these sections. It's just a case of getting the lighting in the right position, which is always the hardest part. Now, I know for the next section, we're going to need ourselves a soul lantern. So if you want to drop down and grab yourselves a soul lantern, one just here. we're going to go ahead and place this on the left side of the wall as you come on in. So it's going to be just up here where this bit of sort of ivy is. So if we go ahead and, or these vines, sorry. So if we do one just here, like so, and then we build ourselves a black concrete just entirely over this roof. So again, smoothing over everything, including over by the attic sort of area and window sort of bit. So nothing fancy at all about this section. For this red area, for this red wool, you just stick it right above. So you don't have to change it like for a layer like on the other side. We're just going to stick it right there and then build the smoothing across after. So now we can do that just here. So if you guys want to do this now, let's go for it, and then we can move on to the next section. Or if you'd like to, just to make it look a little bit tidier again, take yourself the red wall back, replace these ones here, and then maybe even add in yourselves the banners again for them just here. Just to add in that extra layer and also kind of keep it all the same sort of thing. So, don't have to, of course, if you don't want to, but I might just do that here, just to keep everything flowing nicely. And then when I smooth it over, it should all look the same. Let's go for it. Now this room is really dark, and I know the reason for that. Well, one of the reasons is of course the candles here need to be lit, but also because we add in ourselves a couple blocks behind the bride up here, a little bit later on. So that'll all be kind of glowing there, and you won't really notice that it's too dark. This section in the middle is supposed to be dark. That is supposed to be not a very exciting section. Kind of gives you a break from the horror stuff, and then lets you sort of chill on the ride for a little bit. Rest your legs. This is a rest your leg ride, definitely. So for this section here, again, entirely smoothing over. Just as long as you get it above the spruce there, and above all these stars, then we're trying to represent the night sky. So we literally just go for a full-on blacked out sky up here. And yeah, nothing fancy at all. So again, let's smooth this over, guys. So once again, you have yourselves a very, very dark corner. Now, although we're trying to make this ride look creepy, we don't want anything to look dark, because then, you know, we're just missing a bunch of cool decoration and stuff. So again, we'll come back and light the little bits that we need to later on. But that is all good. I used to have to do that on my original one, so that is not a problem. For the section in here, we just go ahead again and smooth everything over, which is a lovely thing to come across, because we do like a good smoothing, which sounds really weird. So we just go ahead and smooth everything here across. This section here you can just sort of build into the terrain, so you can just do a little diagonal there if you want to. You can even swap out some of this wall for some of this black stone, and then sort of make this into a bit more of a cave look, and even on the very top too. As long as you're past the night sky area, then yeah, you can make that how you want. So this is all smooth over across until you reach basically over here. Literally it's over to this section just here. So if we go ahead and mark that out now, we go ahead and build this wall up with our black concrete, just all the way past this coaster. Then it literally stops the smoothing of the sort of underworld section at this point here. So as you exit the underworld section, that last wall, and just before the welcome sign of the town hall, city hall, sorry, we're just going to smooth everything beyond. So here, for example, where it's a little bit too high for this pillar, not to worry about that, we can sort that out. So if I show you how to do that quick, and then we can do it off camera, we'll just literally build around it like this. Nothing crazy at all. You just go ahead and make sure it's like incorporated into the thing, and then you fill over those sections there just so they're not seen from the outside world, like that. Nice one. And again, we're trying to like build this into the sort of night sky, sorry, and the surroundings. So yeah, if you want to change all this to black stone, you know, be my guest. That is absolutely fine. Gosh, full of the Disney puns today. Wow. So yeah, let's sort this out, guys. Smooth it all over until you reach your city hall down there. One thing I forgot to mention was the dripstone sections of the underworld. Now, although they are really, really tightly packed together, you can still see little areas for the outside world. So of course, if you want to go ahead and surround these with your black concrete, please feel free to do that, and it'll really help the lighting in the place. Or even with the black stone like we did before. So yeah, feel free to do that. Now then, this big section just here, we need to get all of the black concrete around the outskirts of the place to be the same layer as the top of the thing. So literally all that's needed is to build this up to the section here. That's step 1. And then step 2 will be to go ahead and build another layer, but this one will be the one that comes out and smooths over. We do like the word smoothing over in this one. So yeah, first things first, of course, build up every single bit of black concrete up to this layer here, which is going to be our second to last layer. And then our last layer will be the one that we smooth everything over on. So actually you can build it up another layer. That would make total sense. So just here, all the way around. I'll leave you guys to do this again off camera because I don't want to bore you with my filling. That will take forever to do. But just remember, when you start to get a little bit demotivated by it all, remember what it's for. It's going to be awesome to get this all done. So if you go ahead and build everything up and then finish it over with that roof. You'll know when you've hit the peak of the roof because you'll literally be a slab width from the top of this manor in the corner. That is very, very important for this entire section. So that is like your marker for knowing where to stop. So yeah, use that to your advantage. Let's get this done. This was honestly my favourite part when building this manor and its ride. Look at this. I mean, that just looks so cool, so menacing when you come on through the sort of underworld section just here. And then boom, you just lit up with the entire outlaw village just here. Well, the outlaw sort of town. It's amazing. So, so cool. Now then, we are venturing off into the dungeon sort of area and off the ride. So, here, this is pretty simple. We just need to grab ourselves some new materials and get this done. Oh, before I forget though, if you'd like to come down to this side, now this one is needing the materials that we have on us at the moment, so you may as well just do this now. If you want to go ahead and just smooth over the top of this one, so from, you know, that brown bit of concrete there, all the way across the black concrete here, and then literally to that corner there, just like so. Then everything beyond this point is just smoothed over with black concrete with no lights on the inside. We're trying to make this nice and creepy, and as this isn't really seen by all guests, it is not really decorated. Well, it's not decorated at all. So yeah, you can literally just smooth over the black concrete, make it look really dark down here like so. So yeah, that's all good to go. Let's grab ourselves the last materials we need to complete this ride. Okay, assassins, so we are going to need ourselves some deep slate bricks, some pearlescent frog lights, or whichever light you want to use for this one, a warp trapdoor, some torches, and some stone buttons as well. We will go to the roof just here that we've already laid out nicely, which was very helpful, and we'll just go ahead and smooth everything over here. Again, not the most exciting thing, but super important to get done. So you literally smooth this over all the way to that black concrete at the very end there, just around it like so. So if you want to go ahead and do this now, then we'll get back onto the tutorial once this is all smoothed over. So now that is all smoothed over, it does look very, very dark and dingy in here, which is great for a dungeon, but as this is a ride, we need to of course get some lighting in here. So we take a frog light, we go ahead and go above the last lot of sort of tombstone signs. We knock in the roof there, and we stick ourselves a frog light. We don't want it on the actual trapdoor, because otherwise it will be seen on the inside of the ride. So we'll do one just there, and then we'll actually add in the trapdoor just down in the actual layer of the ceiling like so. So when you're passing it, you won't notice the frog light at all. That is pretty cool. We'll also do one just around the corner here, because it gets a bit dark again. So we'll just do that one here like so. So we'll add in one just there. And then again we'll do the trapdoor in the sort of top layer there like so. Excuse me. Then we'll add ourselves a torch here, here and here, here and here, and then one final one just in that little gap, just up there. Now for our stone buttons, we need to go ahead and place these 2 blocks away from one another and going across this roof for like a little bit of texture really. So we go to our dune buggy just here, the first one coming into the station, and we'll go to the roof and we'll place one just up here for 1 block away from the sort of edge of the wall. We'll go 2 blocks back, and will we go 2 blocks? Now we'll just go the 1 actually. That looks better. So we'll just do 3 on this one. Then we'll leave 2 blocks to this way, and then we'll do, let's say, another 3 there. That's fine. Then 2 again, and then 3, and then 2 again up here, for another 3 like so. And then basically you just fill in the gaps just up this way. So we'll do another, just 2 here, like so, because we're a bit too close for the wall there. Like that. That looks really cool. Now, if you wanted to add in a bit more than that, then feel free to do that. So on this one, you can keep that at 3, but on these, maybe add in like another 4th one, just like so, and obviously 3 on that side, like that. Epic. And yeah, that is absolutely ready to go. Now then, final thing to do, guys, is we need to run around the the ride even, and the ultra dark sections, say like this area here, we just go ahead and add in like a little bit of lighting, just to, you know, cheer up the place a little bit. We're not trying to make it look nice, but we're just trying to make it look well lit, so that everyone can see where they're going. So for that, I recommend using any of the frog lights, maybe some glowstone even, some shroom lights. They always add like a bit of a warmth to the place, which looks cool. And then of course cover it with your appropriate carpets. I'm going to use myself black carpet for this bit here. I'm going to add a shroom light in the floor there, and I'm only going to add the one, just that when you're walking over, still makes the sound of the netherite just here. Is that netherite? I have to check now. Yeah, it is. Okay, phew. Like so. So that now glows nicely. Down here, we don't need any lights, but at the very bottom, as you go around the corner, you can actually add in some lights under the carpet here, and just, you know, add in red carpet in the sort of places over it, like so. Just to, again, light up that little section just there at the bottom of the corner. Now, up here behind the glass, what I actually did was I came above, and I added in some shroom lights above my actual kind of thing here. And then I covered it over the slabs, because the slabs don't actually affect the light. So there you go, it now looks like she's looking out the window, which is great. You can also change up the floor in there, because I know it looks a little bit kind of terrible. So you can actually change the floor in here to a different material, maybe some gravel. That would also look really cool. You're just trying to make this look like the outside world, but at the moment it's all stormy and disgusting weather. So maybe even some podzol to represent like wet ground, for say, just for in here. And again, you can light up the corners with some shroom lights where they're not going to be seen, but the light is still seen from here. But as we're trying to represent stormy weather, the pearlescent frog light might look good because it's kind of like a blue sort of light. So this one maybe in the corners instead might look better. And I'm not sure. It still kind of glows the same as every other light, so it really is up to you guys what you want to do here. But yeah, definitely change up the grass because that looks a little bit, well, just not great. So then we'll kind of squeeze back out the hole there. And yeah, that looks much better. Basically, you just want to look at the areas where you need to see. Like, say, in that top corner, nothing needs to be seen there, so you can leave that nice and dark. But here, that really needs to be seen, because that is the centre of attention as you come around this corner here. Say over in this corner, you want to see that painting. We want to go ahead and just give ourselves a little bit of light down here, for example. Just something there. So you're not going to see that from the pathway, but you know, it still lights up the painting there. So it's quite important. And then, you know, going forward, this is all lit up really nicely. That looks really good. Checking everything as we go, just making sure everything looks good. In here, you know, as long as the candles are lit, then everything can stay quite dim in here because it's quite a dim room. But then beyond here, making sure we have the chandelier at least in the top there. Everything again is looking good here. The track itself doesn't need to be lit up because you're not there to see the track, you're there to see all the sort of decorations. And then finally, as we get in here, again, we'll do the carpet trick. We'll go ahead and find a spot where we can add in some carpet, like there for example. And then up here on the actual stand with the bride, we'll go in the corner there and just add in like a little bit as well. Again, you can cover this up with some carpet, although there are slabs up there. Carpet isn't really seen as much as everything else. I mean, that one is a little bit, but you know, you sort of get the idea. You can just add in light where you need light to be. So here I might just do a little bit more. Just, oh, crumbs. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Alright, we'll leave that section, but that's fine. Back in here, we can hide it behind the hedges. So we can find like a hedge with where we can just add underneath of it. So we'll go right down. We don't want this one to be too lit up, but we just want it to have a little bit of light. Like there, for example. That's fine because you're not going to see that from the track view, but it's still lit up in the corner there. So, you know, still looks good. Hey, Wolf, how's it going, man? And that all looks good that side. Feel free to swap out the item frames, by the way, for glow item frames. Again here, as I was saying about behind the dripstone, just make sure to cover it all up with your black concrete, because it does look a little bit too blue behind there, as you saw. All this section looks really good as well. Checking everything as we go again just to make sure, and then we'll back around to where we started. So yeah, that is literally it now. Can't believe it. We have finished this series. It has been insane. Very, very difficult, to be honest, and there were certain sections where I thought that I was just never going to be able to teach you guys. I built it once and I was thinking, oh man, I don't know if I can actually do it again. But hey, that doubt was definitely not necessary because we managed to do it. We managed to do this entire series once again, and now that is the third time I built this ride in Minecraft. Well, technically second time, because the third time I sort of copied and pasted and then added the roof over. So we'll say third time for the roof, but the rest of the ride only twice. But anyways, it has been really, really fun, and I really just want to say a huge thank you to you all for your patience. Without you waiting for the series and without you motivating me to, you know, do the next episode and so on and so forth, this series probably would have ended at maybe part 2, because like I said, it was just such a challenge, and I really didn't think I had it in me to be able to do it. So thank you so much to all of you for motivating me to finish this series, and yeah, I really hope you're happy with your progress. You really should be proud, because this has been a hell of a build, and yeah, just thank you so much. I tell you what, it does feel like the end of an era. Like, this is the end of an era right now. For this ride and just for tutorial making in general. I kind of postponed a lot of things just because I was working on this at the time. So yeah, wow, it's it's really crazy. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching this series. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you did enjoy this series, this last episode of the series, which was very, very long, I know, please be sure to drop a like on it. That would be epic. And if you are interested in staying tuned for future, maybe Disneyland Paris tutorials coming soon, which I'd love to do some more. This is definitely not the only one I'll ever do. We must do some more again, because yeah, in the end, it really was very fun. So please stick around by subscribing for that one. Also, if you're on social media, so am I. You can check me out with the links in the description below. And yeah, you'll never miss out on any of my new plans for future builds and stuff like that. So yeah, please be on the lookout. Take the best of care anyways, guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, I've said it a million times, but I still really do mean it. You are the best. Oh, it saw a bit too much. See you very soon. And yeah, goodbye for now, Assassins. And Disneyland Paris fans. Take care. Wish you all the best.